Every garden loses food, not always to pests, not always to disease. Most of the time, it's lost to small decisions that don't feel like mistakes. You still get tomatoes, you still pick beans, the garden looks productive, so it feels like everything is working. But when you compare what you harvested against what that same space could have produced, the gap is often huge, 30 to 50% in many cases. That's not a small difference. That's half your potential harvest disappearing without you noticing it. And it happens because most mistakes in gardening are not dramatic. They're quiet inefficiencies that compound over time. A few missed harvests, a few empty days between crops, a little timing mismatch. Each one takes a small piece of your output. Together, they cut your harvest in half. I made every one of these mistakes for years. My garden looked good, but it underperformed. The year I fixed them, nothing dramatic changed visually, but my total usable harvest doubled. In this video, I'm going to walk through the 8 mistakes that waste the most food in a home garden, what's actually happening when they occur, and the specific habits that fix them. Stay to the end, because the last one is the mistake that wastes more food than all the others combined, and almost everyone does it. Mistake number 1 is harvesting too late. This is the most expensive mistake because it doesn't just affect one fruit. It affects everything that would have come after it. When you leave a zucchini on the plant too long, it doesn't just get oversized. The plant reads that as success. It produced a mature fruit with seeds, which means reproduction is complete, so it slows down. It stops pushing new flowers. It redirects energy into that one fruit instead of producing more. The same pattern applies to cucumbers, beans, peppers, and squash. Harvesting late doesn't just reduce quality, it reduces total output. The fix is harvesting at peak size, not maximum size. Zucchini at 6 to 8 inches, cucumbers at 6 to 8 inches, beans when pods are firm but still tender, peppers at full color. When you harvest at the right time, you keep the plant in production mode. Harvesting late tells it to stop. And this connects directly to mistake number 2, not harvesting frequently enough. Even if you know the right size, checking every few days during peak season means you will miss the window. Zucchini can double in size in 48 hours. Beans can go from perfect to tough in the same time. During peak production, especially midsummer, you need to harvest daily or every other day at most. It sounds like a lot, but it takes 5 minutes. That 5-minute habit protects more of your harvest than almost anything else you can do. Mistake number 3 is watering at the wrong time. This is one of those mistakes that doesn't show up immediately, but quietly ruins part of your harvest. Watering overhead in the afternoon leaves moisture on fruit surfaces going into the evening. As temperatures drop, that moisture stays on the plant longer. That creates the perfect conditions for cracking, rot, and fungal issues. Tomatoes split, squash develops soft spots, beans get surface damage. Every one of those is a lost harvest from something preventable. The fix is simple. Water at the base, early in the morning. If you water overhead, do it early enough that everything dries before evening. Even better, use drip irrigation so water never touches the fruit at all. Mistake number 4 is ignoring the harvest window for root crops. Bigger is not better with carrots, beets, radishes, or turnips. There is a peak window where they are at their best, and after that, quality drops fast. Radishes become pithy and hollow. Carrots develop a woody core. Beets lose sweetness and become tough. Leaving them in the ground too long doesn't increase your harvest. It reduces the quality of what you already grew. The fix is harvesting at peak size. Radishes around 1 inch. Carrots when the top of the root is visible and about 3/4 of an inch across. Beets at 2 to 3 inches. Past that point, you're not gaining food. You're losing it. Mistake number 5 is not using succession planting. Planting everything at once creates a short window of abundance followed by a long period of nothing. Lettuce is the perfect example. Plant one large batch and you get 2 weeks of more lettuce than you can eat, then nothing for months. The same applies to radishes, beans, and greens. The fix is planting smaller amounts every 1 to 2 weeks. That turns a short harvest window into months of continuous production. You're not using more seed, you're spreading it out over time. The total harvest becomes more usable because it matches how you actually consume it. Mistake number 6 is leaving beds empty between crops. This is one of the most invisible forms of waste. A bed sits empty for a week or two after a crop finishes, and it doesn't feel like a big deal. But across a full season, those empty weeks add up to a significant percentage of lost production. The fix is having the next crop ready before the current one finishes. Seeds organized, transplants started, plan in place. When one crop comes out, the next goes in the same day. Zero gap. That's how you turn a single harvest space into a continuous one. Mistake number 7 is not removing spent plants promptly. When a plant finishes producing, leaving it in the bed doesn't just take up space, it creates problems. Dying plant material becomes a reservoir for pests and disease. Fungal spores build up. Insect eggs are laid and left to overwinter. The longer those plants sit, the more pressure you carry into the next season. The fix is simple. Remove finished plants within a few days of their last harvest. If they're healthy, compost them or use them as mulch. If they show signs of disease, remove them completely. This reduces future problems and frees up space immediately. And that brings us to mistake number 8, the one that wastes more harvest than all the others combined. Not preserving what you can't eat fresh. Most gardens produce in waves. There are weeks where everything comes in at once. Tomatoes, zucchini, beans, cucumbers, peppers, more than you can eat. Without a plan, that surplus turns into waste. It sits too long, spoils, or never gets picked in the first place, and every piece lost is food your garden already produced. The fix is simple and doesn't require complicated setups. Freezing is the easiest entry point. Beans can be blanched and frozen in minutes. Tomatoes can be frozen whole for later use. Zucchini can be shredded and stored. Peppers sliced and frozen. Herbs preserved in oil. These small steps extend your harvest from a few weeks into months. The first season I started preserving properly, the garden didn't produce more, but we wasted almost nothing, and that effectively doubled what we got from the same space. And this is the pattern behind all of these mistakes. They don't stop your garden from producing. They just quietly reduce what it gives back. Fix them, and the same garden, same soil, same plants, same space produces noticeably more usable food. Not because you worked harder, but because you stopped losing what you were already growing. And that's the real shift, not growing more, just wasting less. If you want to see how to design your garden so it produces continuously and minimizes waste from the start, watch the garden layout video next.